Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Megan, and if you are watching this video the same day that I post it, today is the first day of spring. So happy spring, and I thought what better way to welcome the change of season than to share a complete spring home refresh. That means cleaning, decluttering, and decorating all in today's video. I'm literally just pushing the reset button and getting my house back to a more manageable and decorated space. I have been wanting to put up my spring decor for quite some time, but the house is just an absolute disaster, as you can see here, because I've been working on a lot of smaller house projects that have been taking up all of my time and attention, and whenever I do that, then everything else just kind of falls by the wayside, and it ends up being a cluttered mess. And I don't know about you, but I cannot decorate when things are messy, so I've got to clean up first, and I decided to start in my entryway using my favorite Sprayway glass cleaner to clean the mirrors, the glass panes in our entryway cabinet, and actually I'm going to be using this as like a multi-purpose spray. I love using glass cleaner as any kind of cleaner when I'm not trying to disinfect. I feel like it just works really well, and I don't see a need to have a ton of different multi-surface sprays if this one will work. Sprayway is my favorite because it foams up, so it's really satisfying to clean with, but I also really love the Method brand glass cleaner, probably because it has a very strong peppermint scent, which smells very clean to me, and it also works really well. And because we are spring cleaning here, not just surface cleaning, I'm also opening up all of these cabinet doors, dusting off any decor and the shelves in here before I start bringing in some decorative pieces to style this space for spring. And I'm doing some neutral styling here, not a ton of Easter bunnies or Easter eggs or typical spring decor. I want this to last and kind of be the base layer that I can build off of as the seasons and holidays come about. So I have some lamps here and then a couple of book stacks with some more functional pieces, and I am going to play around with that a little bit. I felt like it was just a bit too minimal with these book stacks, so I'm going to swap out this marble pedestal tray with some photo frames of spring flowers that my daughters drew for me. Kinsley drew this taller one, and then Sawyer, my younger daughter, made this smaller one actually last spring, and I just think they are so darling and wanted to prominently display them here in the entryway. And when the girls got home from school on this day, they were thrilled with this. They were so proud of it. They did not stop talking about it, and they actually want to update those for me. Like I said, they drew them last spring, so they're going to draw some new pictures to add into the frames this year. But I love the way that this turned out. It felt so put together and so refreshing, except for the front door, which has all of this vinyl on it from Christmas time. So I'm using my Cricut weeding tool to remove all of these snowflakes and little confetti bits and the Merry Christmas decal that I put on the door when I was decorating and putting up all of our Christmas lights this year. I love using my Cricut to make seasonal and holiday decals to decorate the door and just zhuzh it up a little bit, and it is very easy to remove, but I've just been so busy with other things that I haven't gotten to it, which is crazy because we're at the end of March right now, so that means all throughout the end of December, January, February, and now March, my front door has said Merry Christmas. But after today, it doesn't. It's looking very simple and refreshed, and I'm just loving this very clean, minimal aesthetic that I definitely wanted to continue throughout the rest of my home. So on this entryway, everything was so put together, but then you literally look to the other side of the room and it was a complete disaster in this formal sitting room, living room area. There's just so much stuff that was out of place, needed to be put back. There were a lot of things that I had decluttered but then just dumped into here, and so I just needed to take those to my car, get them loaded into the car, and then I could take them to the donation center. And this is a real testament. Anytime I share any kind of decluttering content, I always talk about how important it is to literally get it out of your house the same day, or you will just leave it there and eventually put it back. And this is a great way to show that. It will just sit around until you get so sick of it that you put it back in that closet. But anyway, once I had gotten all of those things sorted out, I could start decorating. And a lot of the mess that was in here was actually decor that I was already planning to use in this space. In my last video, I shared a storage closet clean out of a space in my home that I was using just to store away unused home decor, mostly like neutral year-round type of decor, not holiday specific. And it was a little embarrassing how much I had shoved into that closet, but I decided to get real with myself and very vulnerable with you guys. I talked about some habits and my thought process and some things that led me into over consuming in this particular category and how I was going to overcome that throughout 2025. And one of those ways was that I decluttered everything that I didn't have like a specific place for or an idea in mind for how I could use it. And then also challenged myself that I'm not going to buy any new decor in 2025, and instead I'm going to find new ways to use old pieces in my home. So actually everything that you see me doing in today's video, every piece that you see me decorating with are things that I've already had. It's been very challenging but also very fun to find new ways to put these items in my home that makes it feel new and refreshed instead of just stale and like I've got the itch to switch, I guess you could say. So it's been a lot of fun, but anyway, everything that you see me using today are pieces that I already had, loved, and that I had clear intentions for how I would use them and style them throughout my home. Another thing that I was keeping in mind as I was decorating was maintaining the functionality of these spaces. So of course I wanted an intentionally styled, decorated, beautiful space for spring, but I did not want that to impede on our everyday routines and how we actually use and live in our home. So you'll find that I used pieces like coasters and playing cards as coffee table decor, or I made sure to have bowls and trays for like our dog leashes and our keys, things like that. That way we could enjoy the aesthetic of this space while also feeling like we can actually live in our home as it is intended. This is an area that I very rarely share on camera just because I'm so dissatisfied with like our fireplace and this bookshelf kind of setup. I think it's just because a couple of years ago when we replaced all of the floors in our house, we actually had to do a major home renovation because of a leak in our kitchen. And so while we were doing all of that, we figured why not go all of the way and just replace all of our floors. So we ripped up our old carpet. I ordered some LVP flooring from Florette. I chose the light neutral color Naken, which is absolutely gorgeous, and a Craftsman style plank that very closely mimics real hardwood, and doing that completely changed the entire vibe and aesthetic of my home. So over the last 2 years, I've been doing a lot of house projects and room makeovers, slowly kind of catching up each individual space to that vibe that the flooring created. But this fireplace has really stumped me, and it's been like last on my list because I don't know what to do here. I think mostly because I don't know what to do with this mantle shelf. I do not like that it is a shelf. It looks like just a piece of wood on some brackets because that's what it is. I want it to look like a more custom mantle space, but it's so narrow. It's less than 4 feet wide on that fireplace area, and there's not a lot of room for trim work on either side of it, so I just don't know what to do here. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know because I would love to finally get to this project and have it be cohesive and beautiful and work well and flow with the rest of this space, that entryway and the living room, and kind of feel like one put together welcoming spot in our home. But I just do not know what to do, and I'm so hesitant to start anything without a clear vision. But at least for now, it is styled beautifully for spring, and it feels like it works well with the rest of this open concept area of the home because the decor at least is cohesive, even if the wall color and style isn't. Now we are going to head into my kitchen, and I wanted to start by giving you an overview of this space. We have a very long, narrow, rectangular Eden-style kitchen with L-shaped cabinets and countertops, this designated coffee station, which was actually a DIY Facebook Marketplace furniture flip that I did to add in some more storage and countertop space for a drink area. And then on the opposite side is our only dining space in the entire home, and it has been such a challenge for me for as long as I have owned this home. It feels like nothing quite fits or looks right in this space. Most recently, I did a little revamp on the table itself. So I refinished it with this gorgeous black color from Beyond Paint. It has held up really well, and I'm very happy with how that turned out. I also replaced the light fixture, which is stunning. I love it. But really the challenge has been the wall space. So that back wall is all doors because it's our pantry and then our laundry closet. And then we have these like little narrow strips of wall on either side, but I can't do too much here because if I, for instance, hang a floating shelf or literally anything that protrudes from the wall, it will prevent the doors from opening the way that they need to, and also will knock into it a lot because it is such a cramped space that there's not a lot of room to like walk around. So it has been such a challenge for me. Clearly, I have never actually figured out a solution because nothing ends up being permanent here. But if you have any suggestions, I am open to them all. I would love to just stumble across a comment one day that has the perfect solution and just the inspiration that I've been needing for all of these years to finally like fully love my kitchen and specifically dining space. But for now, I just style it simply with a lazy Susan and some functional pieces, and I try out a bunch of different things on the wall, throwing basically spaghetti at the wall until something sticks. And hopefully, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that eventually I will stumble across that perfect solution. But now I'm going to move on to our coffee station area. And like I said, this was a total DIY. I found this piece of furniture on Facebook Marketplace for like $20 or $50 or something like that. I refinished it. It came with this glass protective top, which is so nice, especially because it's a coffee station, so there's a lot of spills and splatters here. And then I hung this window pane mirror to mimic the look of a window and reflect back the light because this is a very closed off space. There's not a lot of natural light that gets in here, and this really did brighten it up quite a bit from what was here before. I actually have like a whole makeover video that I've already shared on my channel. I want to say last summer or maybe even fall. I don't know. I'll go back and look for it, and I'll leave it linked in the description box and the iCard for you in case you want to go back and look and see what this space looked like before and how I was able to transform it with this Facebook Marketplace furniture flip, and just adding in this coffee station in general really changed the vibe and how functional this space was for us. We are into the home stretch now, working on the main portion of the kitchen, the countertops and cabinets, and I have to say, I think this is the area in my home that needed the most cleaning done in it, like real get in there cleaning. I also have a lot of clutter in this space, but this is like everyday clutter. I am one of those moms that hangs up my kids' art projects and progress reports, report cards, field trip notices, sports notices, all those sorts of things on the refrigerator, sometimes to the point where if you even open the fridge, it like falls onto the floor, and that's when I really know that I need to remove it all and start over again. But that's what I was doing here, was just taking down all of that paper clutter and then cleaning the fridge really well, especially paying attention to the fridge and freezer handles, which get so many slaps and messes on them. And I needed to do this with all of the appliances in here, and then even the countertops, getting all of the clutter removed from those, wiping those down really well, and onto the backsplash, because I have not done it in like, oh man, I think it's been at least 2 months since the last time that I thoroughly wiped down my appliances. Not just spot cleaning, but like actually got in there and scrubbed them. Same with the backsplash. There's so many splatters. I know it's hard to see because how bright everything is and the lighting, but there were so many splatters that I was wiping down. And I know that's just because I've been doing a lot of other house projects lately that have been taking literally all of my attention. And so these are the tasks that I don't get to while I'm in the thick of those other projects. And if I'm being honest, this is just going to be a theme for 2025 because I have so many projects to check off of my to-do list. I started the year off strong with a major bathroom renovation in my primary bathroom. I already shared that in a 3-part video series, and it took like over a month to get it completed. But then I jumped right into another project. It's actually a DIY makeover that I will be sharing in my very next video. So stay tuned for that. Make sure your notification bell is turned on so that you don't miss whenever I'm ready to share that. It's one that I've had on the list for quite some time and just been ignoring because it felt low priority, but I finally just went ahead and got it out of the way. I do think I also want to try to tackle the fireplace if I can come up with a solution for that mantelpiece. And I also want to work in the kitchen to finish this up. There is some trim work or baseboard work that I need to address over next to the refrigerator, and also I think I finally want to put up a backsplash. I just haven't decided yet if it should be something like a faux beadboard or a faux brick board where you just kind of cut it to size, brad nail it and caulk it and then paint it and you're done, or if maybe I want to attempt my very first DIY tile job. Either way, I know it will be a DIY because I want to keep it budget friendly so that I can allocate funds to bigger projects like getting some quotes for potentially a front porch or a back deck. We won't be able to do both of those this year, but I do want to at least get quotes to see if it's possible to do one. And I'm going to attempt a full DIY all by myself on my girls' bathroom, and that is some major work. I have to remove a lot of tile, replace some of the drywall in there and all of the fixtures, also put in new flooring and just completely reimagine that space. So we've got a lot going on, a lot on the agenda for 2025, and I will definitely be sharing it all. So if you aren't currently subscribed, I don't know what else I could do to entice you, but that is everything that you have to expect from me this year. A lot of indoor projects and home improvements, and also a lot of outdoor projects, yard work, and just revamping that outdoor space that I will be sharing, especially throughout the spring and summer. So I'd love to have you. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. But that is bringing us to the end of our spring cleaning and decorating today. And the kitchen looks so nice, even if it only lasted for one afternoon. And the main living spaces of my home, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Oh yeah, there's a little sneak peek of that DIY that I'll be sharing next. But let's see if you can clock it. What do you think I'm doing? But anyway, this is how everything turned out. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for choosing to hang out with me and spend your time here with me today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully I see you all in the next one. Bye!